Muddy River News. Our home, our news.
I'm going to highlight what President Trump has been doing, which honestly I have trouble keeping track of. I think he loves our country, is motivated by righteous indignation over what Joe Biden and the left have done to him and his family, but also the damage that they did to our country by opening the border, shutting down our energy independence, shaming us on the world stage in light of the Afghanistan withdrawal, going after patriotic, regular Americans, pro-life parents and grandparents, Catholics. I'm going to highlight President Trump's accomplishments. And then also, I just want to thank everybody for the honor it is to represent them in the Illinois 15.
We're out here to protest Mary Miller's inability to meet with many of her constituents. So we have been trying to meet with her. We've asked her for town halls, and she completely fails to either respond or to have a town hall. And she will only speak to Republicans. She won't speak to her other constituents.
Well, we have free speech, and I'm glad for it. I always welcome a marketplace of ideas, and sadly, the Democrats' ideas are terrible. I think they've gotten a pass from the legacy media for so long. They have had no pushback or they've not been forced to defend their bad ideas, and they keep getting worse, and they're going to continue to lose because they don't advocate for what the American people want.
Right now, especially for Quincy, given the fact that we do have a larger population of people who live under the poverty line, I would say that one of our biggest concerns right now is the cuts that the big beautiful bill made to Medicaid and to the SNAP program, because those things are going to affect a lot of people locally. I have family, friends. This impacts us, and everybody keeps saying, "Well, it won't hurt you. It won't hurt you." We're not going to know until it happens, and unfortunately, the big beautiful bill has specifically been made to not start implementing the majority of those cuts until 2026 and then through 2029. So by the time Trump would no longer even be in office, and Mary Miller may not be by then either.
First of all, I'm very proud that my provision was included in the big beautiful bill to reform SNAP so that the taxpayer benefits, whether it's SNAP or Medicaid, goes to American citizens. And we are not cutting the benefits for SNAP or Medicaid by 1 penny for any eligible recipient. What we're doing is taking ineligible recipients off. So if you are not an American citizen or you refuse to work 20 hours a week, if you don't have a child under the age of 12, or you're not caring for a disabled person, and you are able-bodied, you have to work 20 hours a week, get in a job training program for 20 hours a week, or serve your community. It is so reasonable, and it's actually good for their mental health.
The SNAP program in particular, so often I hear feedback that there really are suspicions about how food assistance is doled out in this country, that it's more like enabling people to not work than really giving them a hand up. What is your response to that kind of thinking?
The concept of the stereotypical welfare queen, kind of the person that you're talking about, who, works under the table for cash and then doesn't have to actually report anything to SNAP and has dozens upon dozens of children. That's kind of an idea that Reagan started back in the 80s. And the numbers in our country prove that there are very, very few people who have found a way to game the system compared to those who are actually getting the assistance that they need. Is the program perfect? No, not by any means. There are very few social welfare programs in the world, much less in the United States, that are perfect. There are always, unfortunately, going to be people who find ways around whatever regulations have been put in place. But the point still is that there are plenty of people who currently qualify and get very little assistance, who, in all honesty, need and deserve more than what they're getting, who are going to be cut off. And there are plenty of people who probably should qualify who no longer do for whatever reason. And those numbers are only going to get worse. And when we have people in our country who need help, we are supposed to open our arms to them. We are supposed to be the ones to provide that assistance. And that's part of what we do through our tax dollars. But people really don't realize what tiny percentage of the taxes that they pay actually go toward systems like Medicaid, Medicare, SNAP benefits, things like that. It's a tiny portion compared to, how much gets taken out of our taxes that goes toward the country's military machine. It's far more than double, more than triple. So, we're in a position right now where we're going to hurt people more than we're going to help them. And unfortunately, I think that's something that has become part of the plan.
I'm hoping that what we will do is just raise the awareness of people, that there are people out here in this community that are like-minded, that oppose this authoritarian government and the way that this regime has been behaving, and that we are here. Come and join us if you would like, but also to raise the issues that are happening.
So the goal is to work with Congresswoman Miller, not to oust her?
Oh no, we want her gone. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Oh no, we want her gone because of her behavior, of her past behavior. She doesn't live in the district. She doesn't contact or represent all of her constituents. She does whatever she wants, or actually whatever Trump wants. She basically is following whatever Trump tells her to do.
Oh, you are? I'm the chair. Well, that'd be nice if Mary'd like to talk to the vets.
Nice to meet you.
John McCoy.
John McCoy.
Hey, let Mary know she can talk to her vets that live in this district.
Yeah, he lives here.
Yeah!
Look,
Been trying to talk to her for a minute. She's good at ignoring people.
We've called her numerous times.
Were you surprised to see protesters?
No, you look on Facebook, they're adjutants, and basically they want to do what the Democrats are doing, is just to disrupt. That's all they're about. They don't have any answers to the solution. They just want to disrupt.
Adjutants, that is a strong word, Mr. McCoy. They say they just want to meet with the Congresswoman.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. Like I say, they don't want to listen to what's being said. They just want to cast everything they can at her in a negative way, and we're aware of that.
So tell me about the future of politics. Is it going to be war, or could we possibly return, dare I say, to the days of Tip O'Neill and Bob Dole?
Well, I would hope so.
Where there was compromise.
I would hope so. But it seems like when the Democrats are in power, they don't want to talk to us. If you'll notice that our present president, he's talked to the other side. I think John Fetterman went down, and he's basically the only voice of reason in the whole party right now. And that's unusual that he would stand out in that, because he started out rocky. He had a lot of health problems and stuff like that. He's regained it. He's gotten his voice. And he's somebody of common sense, I guess is the best way to put it. And I think that's the way all the politicians should be. Use good common sense and decency.
Well, Congressman Miller may have brought protesters outside. I do have to ask you, did she help you sell more tickets this year?
Yes, she did.
Muddy River News. Our home, our news.